How's it hanging, YouTube? Peter here, your Ginger Jody Geek. Welcome back to the channel. And I am joined by my good pal, Efrain from Past Point Comics. How are you, Efrain?
I'm doing fine, Peter. What about yourself?
Very good, mate. Very good.
Yeah.
Excited to chat with you. So
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to this. This is going to be fun. So for those of you that don't know, myself and Efrain for crikey, Efrain, is it maybe it's 2 years now? Maybe
I've been checking. It's been over a year. Actually, I went back yesterday just to look.
For a long time, we've been doing a recorded video where we will look at a couple of months ahead in terms of what comic books are coming out. We'll pick some of our favorites and we'll talk a little bit about which ones we're going to be looking at. And we thought we might as well give it a shot as a live show.
Yeah.
And we've added in a few book reviews and things like that as well, haven't we, Efrain? So tonight, what we're going to be basically doing is that usual style of recorded show, giving you some hints and tips about the books that we think look interesting for the month of October, that you can pre-order now if you wish. We're also going to look at what we're reading next week, which looks interesting, and then, like I say, a little review of books.
Yes,
that about cover it, doesn't it, Efrain?
Yeah.
So we'll have a quick look, and before we start, we're just going to quickly jump to the chat, see who we've got. We have got good old StreamYard. Thank you for joining, my friend. We've got Pete, GP Venom. Thank you, bud. We've got MJ Comics. Always nice to see you. And we've got Dead Man, and we'll have other people coming in, I'm sure. Dead Man, this is, Efrain, I don't know if you realize or not, but Dead Man is the gentleman that you kindly picked up a book for and sent a little while ago.
Yeah. I found it just by luck.
Yes. So he's doing very well. He was sending us some pictures of his collection. He collects predominantly Superman books, but he was sending us some pictures of his collection a couple of days ago, and he's got a stunning collection. Okay, guys, let's crack on and have a look.
Wait.
So,
wait a minute.
No, you can't do it live, man.
Yes, I'm gonna do it live. This is a tradition. If you watched our recorded videos, Peter, you know how Kang is always bragging that he's the conqueror of this, he's the conqueror of that. Well, you, my friend, are the conqueror of YouTube. Everything that you put out is just 100% top notch. I really enjoy your channel, I must say. So I'm always going to do this for you, Peter.
Thank you. That's very kind of you to say. I do appreciate that, bud. Thank you very much. I'm going to turn the tables on you. Next month, I'm going to do the same back to you. Okay, so we are talking about books from all publishers that are coming out in October. So these books are available to pre-order now, and you can use whatever site you use. But Efrain, just remind us, which site is it that you normally use to pre-order and look at books?
I order my books through a site called Gmart Comics. They're based in Chicago, and they ship obviously to the United States. And the reason I use it is because, one, it's free shipping, and they give a 35% discount on most comics. And wow. I don't know how they do it, but there's no tax.
Okay, right. That's
the only downside is I don't get my books every week. They have to.
So yours come monthly or something, don't they? Rather than
monthly, or whenever they reach a total of $85, they send them out. So that's how they save on shipping. Okay. But I've been using this service for over 10 years now.
Yeah. Good stuff. Yeah. And in the UK, there are a whole host of different organizations that you can do your pre-orders through. And what we might do for a future video is perhaps, for this next show, is have a little look-see at some of the options in both America and the UK.
That's a good idea.
We can give people some ideas.
That's a good idea. Yeah.
Okay, so let's just crack straight on with some books that have piqued our interest in October. We'll start with this. Now, Efrain, you picked this one, but I have to say that cover looks phenomenal. So what's this all about?
You read my mind. I looked at this cover and I go, wow, I don't think I've ever seen this team up, so to speak, before. And I just noticed on the very back of the castle, there's Man-Thing and I just noticed that. And then Wolfman or whatever, I forgot his name.
Werewolf by Night. I don't know who the skeleton one is.
I go, wow. So this cover just struck me. I was like, wow, this looks so cool. This is a new book. It's called Crypt of Shadows. #1 is written by Kevin Scott. This is reopening the crypt once more as All Hallows Eve draws nigh. The dust-covered slab that seals shut the crypt, blocking out the sun and casting it forever in shadow, has creaked open to let the darkness loose to prey on the Marvel Universe. So it looks very interesting. I love this cover. And in the title, they put, what did they put? Hallows Eve. I thought of the new character from Spider-Man, I would think she would have been good for this too, but maybe she'll show up in the book. I'm not sure if this is just a one shot or if it's a continuing series, like a mini series. But I just love this cover.
Well, I guess October's Halloween, isn't it? So I
Yes.
wouldn't
Yep.
have a lot of books out like that. But I mean, I love that cover. I love the inclusion of the Hulk.
Yeah.
Absolutely loving his current series. Have you caught up with any of that yet?
I haven't read it yet, but it's on
Oh,
my
mate,
list.
it's
Yeah.
brilliant. Honestly, it's proper, because we've spoken about how much we enjoyed Immortal Hulk, and
Yes.
then how much we disliked Spaceship Hulk, whatever the hell that was
Confused me
all
as
about.
heck.
Yeah. The current Hulk runs back to form. It's kind of a proper horror book.
Nice.
I'm intrigued. I don't know if anybody in the comments knows. I'm intrigued because you've got characters on the front there that I recognize. That's obviously Werewolf by Night at the back, Man Thing.
Yeah.
But the guy with the skeleton head, I'm not recognizing at all.
Yeah, me neither.
I don't know who that is. Unless that's All Hallows Eve with one of our masks on, but it's not
Maybe.
a costume.
Yeah.
Don't know. Dead Man is just asking there, will it be out of continuity? I would imagine so, mate. I think this is going to be a kind of a from what we've read there, I think it'll probably be like a out of continuity ghosty stories for Halloween type thing. Sounds interesting, but it sounds interesting. So with it being Halloween, Efrain, I went for a horror type book as well. The cover for this one just absolutely jumped out at me. I love that kind of old style monster movie poster. And obviously you're a massive horror fan, Efrain, aren't you? I forgot about that. You're you love a good scary story, don't you?
I've been getting better at it, actually, because you know what? I think it's like therapeutic talking to you guys about it. You know, I've been watching the show From, you know.
Oh, yeah, it's superb.
I want to recommend it to you. So little by little, I watched all the Scream movies finally. So I think talking to you guys, doing, you know, we did about at least 2 videos on scary movies. So it's kind of opened me up a little bit to accept it more. You know?
Where are you at with From then? Where are you at?
I'm still on season 1. After the father was put into that little shack, and you know, the episode right after that, you know, the little boy, you know, so season 1 about episode 5.
Gets good. It gets very good. I've finished 2 seasons now, so I love it. I love it. Operation Sunshine. So blood, bugs, beasts. You kind of get a better kind of hyperbole line for that. I love the sound of this. This is from Dark Horse Comics. I've not read much from Dark Horse for a while, to be honest. I've kind of moved on to AWA and things. But this basically says, where's the start of it? A group of young alienated vampires known as bugs plot to steal a magical object from ancient monstrous vampires to turn themselves back to human. Along the way, they uncover a sprawling monster underground, a top secret plot run by the elder creatures, elite militant vampire slayers, and madness beyond imagination blocking their path to humanity. This is the danger, but isn't it? And I think, you know, we've probably both fell foul of this on a few books in the past. The kind of the publishers now got very good at doing superb cover art and just paying for brilliant cover art.
Yes,
that doesn't necessarily reflect the quality of the book.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping this one stands up because I think that image looks phenomenal. Really, really enjoying that. GP is just saying there, this looks incredible. This looks interesting. Yeah, absolutely. Jason Parker, I think Crypt of Shadows is a one-shot. All right, I picked up a copy 4 years ago. All right, I wonder if it's a kind of a reinvigoration of it then, Jason. That'd be interesting. From is incredible. Just finished season 2. Me too, bud. Now, the downside to that, Jason, I don't know if you know, but because of the writers' strike and all that stuff, and also just the way that it's working, I think we're looking at least a year, if not 2 years, before we get season 3, apparently. It's a long time to wait in between seasons. But yeah, it's a great story. Great story. Dead Man.
I'm doing.
Yeah. What from story, Efrain? Exactly what Dead Man's just said. Yeah. Efrain, I'm worried about you watching From Mind because it's gonna get quite exciting by the end of season 1, and I know I'm just worried about you in your little house now, worrying, shaking under the bed because I know what you're like.
Next time you see me, if my hair starts turning more and more white, that means I'm just freaking
Yeah. When we did a show with Efrain a little while ago, it was last October, we looked at our best horror movie bits. There was a couple of clips I recommended you to watch, and you kept messaging us, didn't you, saying, nah, not watching it. Yeah, good stuff. Oh, Efrain, now you sent this one. This looks spot on. This looks really, really cool. Tell me a little bit about this one.
Okay, I've never seen this crossover, so to speak. I mean, I think I've seen maybe on Marvel Comics, but not on DC. This is Justice League versus Godzilla versus Kong, 1 of 6. This is heroes and monsters collide in the crossover event of the year. The cataclysmic crossover event of the year is here as the DC universe clashes with legendary monsterverse in Justice League versus Godzilla versus King Kong. So I hope I love, like, again, these covers just grab my attention. And there's more than one cover on this one.
Yeah,
and I'm just saying, oh my God, look at a giant sized Batman, fighting Godzilla. I mean, what more could you ask for? And I just love this. Obviously, these are standalone issues. I don't think have anything to do with DC canon, so to speak. But I think this is classic. Whoever thought of this, kudos.
I think this will be tremendous. And of course, Godzilla used to be licensed to Marvel Comics.
Yes.
But I don't remember seeing kind of Godzilla versus Hero Comics. He was kind of his own standalone character, I think, in the Marvel universe.
Yeah.
I just think this will be I think this will be an easy read. Do you know what I mean? A fun kind of jaunt. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that one. I think that one looks pretty cool. Next, again, this was an interesting one, Efrain, that you sent over. What's this one about?
Again, all we have to go by when we order books, obviously we read the little titles that they have with it, but I think the first thing we look at is just the covers. When I'm going through the list, we go through each one. I go, wow, man, this cover looks so interesting. And this person's face looks like you can see the belts cut into his face. And I was like, what is this all about? So, of course, it grabbed my attention. It's called Destiny's Gate. It's by Top Cow and Image. It's a miniseries premiere. This is written by Ryan Cady. And it says, life, for the most part, is the product of the decisions you make. For some, a wrong decision or two or more leads to a crossroads on the other side of the destiny gate. Do you fight for a chance to survive and to start anew, or do you succumb to the inner demons and end it all for you and worse, yours? So, how much we always talk about indie books, how we love reading them because they're just brand new and fresh.
Sounds interesting, doesn't it? That sounds like a bit more of a deep read than perhaps Godzilla hitting Superman. But it sounds an interesting one.
Yeah.
And I'm a bit like you, Efrain. I think whenever we get a kind of a new issue, one that piques my interest, I'm probably going to pick it up and just give that first issue a go and see what it's like, And that one sounds interesting enough for me to want to pick it up off the shelf. And the cover's just, I don't know, a bit Invisible Man kind of thing going on there, isn't there?
Yeah,
I like it.
See what hopefully it's a good read.
Yeah, we'll give that one a go as well. Oh, look at it! Look at it! So you very kindly picked this up for me from San Diego Comic Con.
Yeah,
which is the Ash Can. So I've had a bit of a flick through this. So I've seen some of the work that's going to be in Transformers 1, seen some of the designs, what characters are featuring. And I'm telling you now, this is going to be phenomenal. This is going to knock it out of the park. So looking forward to seeing this one, Efrain. This is by, obviously, Daniel Warren Johnson, who's fresh from Do a Powerbomb, which is a superb book and well worth reading. I just cannot wait to get into this one. So you sent us the image for this one. Has this one got you excited, Efrain?
Yeah, for some reason, all through the years, I wasn't much of a Transformer guy. I just didn't read it. I did get the Marvel books when it first came out, but I don't even remember reading it, But when Robert Kirkman, who took over, basically, he's bringing it into his universe when he did Void Rivals. And if you haven't read Void Rivals #1, there's a cameo there. And I went, oh, my God. Yes, exactly. So there's a cameo of a Transformer there. And I go, how are they going to put these universes together? It's going to be with G.I. Joe also. And, it's being, the showrunner is Robert Kirkman. And I was like, oh, my God, I think this is going to be epic. I think this is going to be a book to read and one you're going to remember. It's my opinion, of course.
Absolutely. And I mean, that artwork straight away, it looks like classic Prime to me. So, I'm really, really looking forward to getting stuck into that one. And you mentioned Void Rivals there. Void Rivals has been out for a couple of weeks now. Like you say, this is the San Diego Comic Con exclusive. You managed to pick that one up for us. An amazing series. As you said, halfway through the issue, it wasn't promoted at all, but halfway through the issue, the guys in the book bump into Jetfire, who's an interesting Transformer in his own right. he doesn't have much to do with them in the book. He just kind of ups and runs away.
Yeah.
But that was the signaling of the start of this universe. The actual book, Void Rivals, so far has been really interesting. I've been enjoying it. So yeah, looking forward to reading more of this one. So this says explore the Energon universe when Darak, and I can't say there with those names, return to the sacred ring.
Yeah.
It doesn't go as planned, and new danger enters their lives. So in the last 2 issues, you've had them both kind of stuck on this alien planet, and they've worked, the 2 warring races, they've worked together to build a spaceship and fly off. So this is obviously the kind of the point in the story now where they're getting back home to these races that have hated each other for thousands of years. It's really interesting. Have you managed to read it yet, Efrain?
I've read issue number 1 so far, and I heard you talking about it on your channel, and you mentioned a movie, and I thought of the same thing when you mentioned it. I was thinking of that even before you even said it. I go, man, this comic book reminds me of a movie that's called Enemy Mine. If you've never seen it, it stars Randy Quaid, I believe. And it's just a very good movie. I'm sure not a lot of people saw that movie, but I highly recommend that movie. It's
a proper good sci-fi movie from back in the day, and it's as we've just described. It's an alien race and a human crash on a planet, and it's how they work together to survive. It's a really cool film. So yeah, that's Void Rivals number 5. Recommend that one. I've picked this one just because I'm thoroughly enjoying it at the moment. So this is Godzilla, Here There Be Dragons, issue number 5. This has just been superb. This is by IDW. It started off very much in the theme of Jack Sparrow kind of chained in a jail, and he's about to go to the gallows and be hung. And he starts kind of to try and delay that, recanting this story of how his ship encountered creatures in the sea, and it's just been really good fun. Last issue 2 was just out last week, and there were some amazing scenes of Godzilla destroying a Spanish armada and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, just a really good fun jaunt. So I'd recommend picking that one up.
Notice the artist is Inaki Miranda. They are the Miranda brothers who did We Live, correct?
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah. It's well worth a read. If you like Godzilla, it's well worth a read, that one. Really enjoy it. This is interesting. So this one was from you, Efrain.
Yeah, this is Haunted Girl number 1. Again, the cover, but this is, one of my favorite artists that I don't think we talk enough about is Joe Quesada. Cover, it's a really great
kind of disappeared a little bit, hasn't he? Because he was a big player.
He showed up at San Diego Comic-Con for some panels too, not just for Marvel. I think he did some for Image, if I remember correctly, But this is a miniseries premiere. It says Cleo, an adopted 16-year-old Japanese American whose depression drove her to near suicide, is trying unsuccessfully to reintegrate back into her old life, but her struggles are just beginning as she encounters an increasingly terrifying succession of ghosts. Is she losing her grip on reality, or is the explanation much worse?
Very cool.
So I love the cover, and it looks like she's part. It's like spider, legs behind her or something like that. So there's an orb in front of her. So this, book grabbed my attention, and here we go again with these indie books, which a lot of majority of our books are indie books now.
Yeah, absolutely. And that one's right at my tree. I love a bit of ghost story and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, I'll be picking that one up as well. It looks very interesting.
Yep.
I've picked this one, Efrain. I'm a sucker for Dan Slott and his Superior Spider-Man. So this is Superior Spider-Man Returns. It's spilling out of Amazing Spider-Man. So basically in the last issue of Amazing Spider-Man, which was like a wedding issue, there's a comment at the end from Doc Ock where he says he needs to get back to being kind of a strong villain. And the last time you can remember really doing all that was when he was the Superior Spider-Man. So it's leading into him kind of trying to take over that persona again. Now, I hadn't realized this has been very much sold as kind of the return of Superior Spider-Man things. And Luke from Hydra Collectibles messaged us a couple of days back and said, is this a one-off or is it a new mini? And I thought it was a mini. But reading that, I'm not sure anymore. I don't know. I think it might just be a one-off. I hope not, because I think Superior Spider-Man was one of my favorite characters, to be honest. The synopsis says Superior Spider-Man web slings again. The spider team that redefined the Amazing Spider-Man returns to celebrate the 10-year anniversary. Crikey, that makes us feel old. Of the most monumental and shocking Spidey story in a generation. Peter Parker, Doc Ock together again for a Spider-Man story superior to all others. I cannot believe that was 10 years ago.
Yeah, it's
10
crazy.
years, crikey. So yeah, looking forward to that one. Just jumping to the comments, Deadman, I have 60. Oh yeah, Deadman sent us these pull this the other day. I have 60 plus books in my October order, and at the moment you've shown only 3 in that pile. Please stop costing me money. Yeah, sorry, mate. Sorry. We've got Ian. Thank you very much for joining, Ian. Appreciate you stopping by, my friend. So Efrain, are you a fan of Superior Spider-Man?
Oh yeah, really quick on Superior Spider-Man. I've mentioned you before. I just did not like this series at all because what they did to Peter Parker 10 years ago. I even sent Dan Slott
hate mail,
Twitter, and he replied.
You sent him hate mail. Yeah,
I sent him. It wasn't really hate mail, but I just I didn't like it, and he actually replied. We were having a conversation back and forth for a little bit. I don't know, something about Doc Ock being Spider-Man. I was going, come on, man.
In your letter, your abusive, aggressive letter to Dan Slott, did you say dang it? Did you write dang it?
No, I didn't write dang it. But I said, how could you do this? How could you kill off Peter Parker and Doc Ock as Spider-Man? Come on, it just bugged me that much for some reason. So I don't know. Go ahead.
Sorry. No, carry on. What were you saying?
So I don't know if it's going to be like Hydra said, it's going to be a whole new storyline because the Doc Ock that we see now in comic books, he's his normal Doc Ock. He ain't looking like this. Yeah. So I'm not sure what's going to be happening. Yeah.
I mean, I'm kind of the opposite of you, Efrain. I think I'd stopped finding Spider-Man interesting, and then Superior Spider-Man came along, and it really kind of hooked into us, and it reinvigorated my love for the character a little bit, Yeah. So I'm looking forward to this. I hope it's more than just a one-off. We've got Fuzzy, my favorite 2 senior citizens. How dare you, sir?
Hey, I'm young. Look at my flowing hair, man.
Yeah, Efrain's flowing hair, yeah. And we've got Spider Fire 04. Thank you very much for joining, my friend. So yeah, I think that'll be a pretty cool book. And that cover's lush. I love that version of the Spider-Man costume.
I just noticed it's 48 pages.
Yeah. Probably just going to be a one-off then.
Yeah, seems like it.
Okay. Oh, look at that.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
The minute I seen this cover, I went, oh my God. And then there's Dracula. And then it's written by James Tynion IV. I go, oh my God, this is going to be good. I just got a feeling about it. So the biggest names in comics resurrect the most iconic monsters. James Tynion, Department of Truth, World Tree 33, Something's Killing the Children, etc. Re-team for an extra-length miniseries about the monster who started it all. When Dr. John Stewart admits a strange new patient into his asylum, the madman tells stories of a demon who has taken residence next door. So I love this cover. It's old school Dracula. Who was Dracula? Boris Karloff, right?
Bela
Lugosi. Yes, Bela Lugosi. This is just a great cover, and just hopefully it's a good read. So I can't wait to read this book.
I think, the cover for me, this is a must buy because of the color. I think it just looks absolutely stunning. It really does. My only concern with this is James Tynion. I think James Tynion for me is when he hits, he's stellar, but then he does other stuff. Like we've talked about The Closet that he wrote.
Yeah,
he just misses, He's just done a book. I can't remember. It's about alien abduction, which was totally flat for me. So I'm hoping this is great. I'll be buying it for the cover anyway. This is the one that'll be an instant purchase just for that cover. Because it looks phenomenal. Deadman's keeping a little total here. We've increased his pull list by 4. You're welcome. You're welcome, bud.
You're welcome.
You've got Benny, Attention Seeking Geek, Godzilla, Man-Thing, Superior, Spider-Man, Dracula. Maybe my faith in comics can be restored. Yeah, there's some good stuff coming out, Ben. There's some good stuff. Looks very Christopher Lee. Yeah, it does a little bit. Or a little bit, what you call him? Nicolas Cage from Renfield.
Yeah.
think they're doing Frankenstein and Wolfman. Yeah, I'd heard that as well, but I think it's going to be the full universe, from what I understand. It'll have naked. You're not wrong.
Probably.
You're not wrong.
Probably.
Yeah. Now, Efrain, you've picked these. These are some stunning covers, aren't they? Really, really impressive.
Yeah, I mean, I love these covers. This is Supergirl. It says, after joining the Superman family and their heroic efforts in Metropolis, Kara thought she had found her place in the world, but there's only room in town for one Supergirl, and Power Girl's sudden reappearance has made her redundant. So I don't know if this is going to be a good storyline, but I love the artwork. The one on the left is by Frank Cho.
Yeah.
I'm drawing a blank. The one on the right, I think, Will Jack.
All right.
So, I just love these covers. Like, they're beautiful, especially the one on the right, So I don't know if the story is going to be that good, to be honest with you, but these covers to me are just breaththering.
Yeah.
Like them.
The artwork and the art style is stunning. Yeah. Now, I've lost touch a little bit with Supergirl, to be honest. I know they did that. Was it Supergirl or Superwoman of Tomorrow, which I think is what they're going to base the James Gunn new movie on. But I haven't read any of it. I think it's an Elseworld. If anybody's in the chat has read any of it, let one know. So I'm out of touch with Wonder Girl. But yeah, those covers look stunning. I really like them. Dead Man is just saying, no, that's 4. That's on my list of 60 plus. List 5 with Supergirl special. Good stuff. Good stuff. Another creepy horror book, Efrain. Again, I'm loving the cover.
Yeah. So this one is Midnight Show #1. The cover to me was just okay, but then this is one part where I read the synopsis, which I liked, So it says, from the creators of Six Gun and Manor Black comes the new supernatural horror series about monsters of the silver screen coming to life and wreaking havoc on a small town. So that's what grabbed my attention, the title, more than the picture, So
I mean, it sounds amazing.
Yeah.
Sounds amazing straight away. So yeah. Again, another one that I will definitely be picking up. That sounds right up my lane. Dead Man is just saying here he's just been rereading the Peter David Supergirl. Yeah, I remember I picked that up as a bulk lot many years ago. An amazing story. And that Supergirl, I can't remember what it's called, but that's not Kara, is it? That's not his biological sister.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, it's the Lex Luthor. Is it called Matrix? I want to say it's kind of a pink protoplasm creature thing that changes into Supergirl from memory. Dead Man will have to let us know in the comments if that's right. Okay, next from me, it's just stupid. It's got it's got werewolves, it's got Captain America as a werewolf, and it's got Nazis, and you can't beat that combination, really. So this is Cap Wolf and the Howling Commandos #1. There are some absolutely amazing covers for this. I love that one there. I really do love it. I'm hoping this is kind of an Elseworld. When Captain America is transformed into a werewolf on the front lines in World War II, he'll need the help of the Howling Commandos to take down a band of Nazi cultists who intend to use supernatural forces to turn the tide of battle. But can Cap control the skeptical, jaded commandos when he can barely control himself? You can't beat that, can you? Captain America as a werewolf fighting Nazis. That's. I mean. So yeah, I'll definitely be picking that one up, and I just love the cover artwork. I think it looks stunning.
Great cover.
Yeah. Dead Man is. Yeah, I thought it was. It's Matrix. Linda Danvers. Yeah.
Okay.
It's a great read. Certainly, the first 20 or 30 issues are superb. This may go downhill, guys. Just popped up my Jack Daniels Tennessee apple bottle. Well, I mean, it's very rude that you're not sharing, Ian, to be honest.
Good.
You know what I mean? I would have had a little snifter of that. Fuzzy, I've never had a pull list. Fuzzy, I haven't either, mate. I don't have regular comics being sent to us anymore. Normally I order my books every Sunday night. Maybe I should start doing it monthly instead. Yeah, I got rid of my pull list a while ago, to be perfectly honest. And I pick up what I like now. And then I saw this again, more horror, very horror themed this week.
Yeah, for sure.
Marvel Zombies, Black, White, and Blood #1. I'm a sucker for the Marvel Zombies. I've loved those series. I really enjoy the kind of the graphicness of it. Hi, Phil. Thank you very much for joining. Hey. I love how graphic they are. There's a number of covers for this one again, but I just saw this one of Wolverine and just thought, yeah, that looks absolutely stunning. this is all the rage at the moment, because I know Marvel and DC have been doing these kind of black, white, and red books and things where they're just using the 3 color palettes. I think they work really well in some books. For the zombies, I think it'll probably work really, really cool, to be honest. So this one says a synopsis: the undead plague starts here, and you know it won't stop until everyone is in its clutches. The first of 4 action-packed, utterly original, gloriously gory anthology issues featuring Daredevil, Spider-Man, Moon Knight, and many, many more Marvel heroes and villains. That for me hits straight away, because I love an anthology. Because if you've got an anthology or you've got a kind of a standalone, it means there's no holds barred. So, I mean, I think we might talk about it a little bit, Efrain, but there's a book by Star Wars at the moment about the robot virus thing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. If that is in continuity, it kind of spoils the story for us, because I want to know that people can die and people can be bumped off. That's why I like what ifs anthologies, because it can, you know, it can surprise you. What about you, Efrain? Are you liking the look of this one?
I like the cover. I'm going to read it because, you know, I'm into the zombies too. But now I just started thinking, Wolverine has healing powers. Wouldn't eventually he be back to being a mutant? You know, we're wondering how they get around that, if they even explain it, you know.
I mean, I think you're overthinking that, Efrain. No, I can't remember, to be honest. Yeah. He was in the original Marvel Zombies run as a zombie. Does it not just? I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I feel another one of your letters coming on, Efrain.
We'll talk about it afterwards, Peter. I'll call you. I'll wake you up early in the morning. Your time.
And then another one from me. We talked about this character earlier, Hallows Eve. I thoroughly enjoyed the miniseries of Hallows Eve. They kind of spoiled that at the end by shoehorning a story of her into the Spider-Man annual, which wasn't very good. But this is a new mini, big night, where it says it's October 31st. So you know that what that will mean. A Halloween party won't go as planned, and a bunch of powerless kids will be in a lot of trouble. Hallows Eve was once powerless and was once a victim. Now she's anything but. Her magical masks give her the ability to help, but Eve isn't a hero, is she? Yeah, I love Hallows Eve. So keen on getting that one. And I noticed there's some new masks in there as well. So you've got Thanos, Fing Fang Boom, Spider-Man. So I'm wondering if we're going to start seeing the expansion of the masks a little bit, which would be really interesting.
You know what I like doing these videos with you, Peter? Because I completely miss this book. I don't even see it.
Right.
And I love this cover. I just thought, oh my God, she has Thanos, mask. What the heck is going on with this character? Yeah. I really think Marvel, even the Marvel universe, the cinematic universe, should take advantage of this character, or Sony, Spider-Man. Yeah. I think it's a fascinating character. Her powers could be unlimited.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm loving it. I think she's a great character. There, Dark Droids. You want to mention this one, Efrain?
I haven't even read the series yet, but I love these connecting series, these connecting covers. It has C-3PO. I'm drawing a blank on this droid, but I believe they have Darth Vader too, and some of the covers. I think it's 4 or 5 covers, and I like the way the electricity is, from their eyes. So I haven't read this series yet, but the minute I seen it when it was available, pre-orders passed, I think this is going to be a good series. And so hopefully it's I haven't read it yet. And writer is Charles Soule, was a really good writer. So
I don't read an awful lot of Star Wars books. But I picked issue 1 up just for you, Efrain, because I know you'd been talking about it. And it was phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. I'm not going to spoil it for you.
Okay.
But you'll see what I mean. I would love this not to be in continuity, because if it is in continuity, you kind of know there's no stakes, because the droids are standing next to Princess Leia and Luke and people like that, But I thought the first issue had me absolutely hooked straight away. I loved it. It was great. Dead Man is just saying here, Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow, excuse me, is an 8-issue miniseries. It's supposedly in continuity, all right, but the story is true grit with superheroes. So why they're making it into a film movie, who knows? Yeah, because James Gunn knows best, doesn't he? Apparently. We've got 15 people watching, so thank you very much. Please do hit that like and subscribe. Make sure you check out good old Efrain's channel, and have a little look-see at mine as well, please. Ben, it is in continuity. All right, very cool, very cool. Yeah, be interesting to see that. I'm probably going to pick that one up because I've heard that it's a really good story, to be honest. I've heard that it's a good book. Okay, now, before we move on to next week, I just wanted to mention this. In future shows, when me and Efrain do these shows, we're going to give away some comics. And we're going to start off by giving away some of these. So this is digital. This is a tremendous creator owned series by a guy called Rich, who is known in the UK comic community. He's done 4 issues of this using crowdfunding, and it's superb. Using Kickstarter, sorry, it's absolutely superb. So it's a superb storyline. It's really, really enjoyable. You can pick up the first 3 issues, I think, on Kickstarter. We'll get him to send some information. This is issue number 4. Now, what I've done, because I wanted to support Rich and I wanted to give some stuff away, is I've bought a retailer pack. So with the retailer pack, I get a fair few comics. So we've got a couple of issues of that one to give away. And then we've got 5 issues of that one to give away. Just a different cover, all signed by the writer. So we'll be giving them away on future shows to people who watch the show. So live viewers will be watching the show. One set of books each show, plus I'll add 5 or 10 comic books with that as well. The other cover he did, Efrain, which I think is very, very sexy, is a bit of a limited one, and I know you're a big fan, so I bought that for you. So this is Something is Killing the Humans. It's the same book,
Okay.
but it's a homage, obviously, to Something is Killing the Children. It's a stunning cover. So I really, really like this book. So I'll pick this one up for you, Efrain. So I've got a little box of things I've been pulling together to send over to you. So I'll be sending you that one. And I got another copy of that to give away on the show. That'll go down as a special prize. And I picked myself up a shiny version.
Nice.
So yeah.
Thank you.
So please do check out Digital Chapter 4. It's a great, great read. And like I say, we will be giving away copies of that book on this show next time we do it.
Okay, Peter, since you're going to be doing giveaways, I'm going to be doing giveaways too.
All right.
So the first book that I'm going to be giving away, one of the good things, or the fortunate things, I should say, that, we're on social media and talking to people and doing on YouTube. People every now and then reach out to us. And I've had the fortune of this one person. He owns Black Saber Comics. And in the past, he has sent me comic books, just out of his own generosity. And I've been doing giveaways. And I am going to do a separate giveaway on my YouTube channel separately from this. But next month, I'm going to give away one of these books right here. And he just sends them to me out of the goodness of his heart, And I went, okay, thank you so much. And I got him yesterday to make sure I picked up the right one.
I'm sure I've seen a video of you getting some books from him, giving them away.
Yeah, and he just does it randomly. He reached out to me during Comic-Con, and when I was on Comic-Con Live on Instagram, I brought him on live with me. He says, hey, I'm going to send you some more books. I went, well, thank you so much. So I got him yesterday, and this is a Black Saber Comics edition. It's an exclusive only by them. This is Venom number 23, and you can see, if you can make me bigger, it's right here. It's,
let us work the technology out. Wow.
Trade this limit to 800. This is number 551, and here's the book. And I'm going to be giving this away next week, or not next week, but next month. I'm going to hold off on one of them to anybody who watches this live. And I was like, dang, man. I go, thank you so much.
Wow.
Sorry for the glare, obviously.
Stunning, mate. That is stunning.
Yeah.
Who is that? That's because that's a female. Is that a
female? This is Venom number 23. Doesn't say who the character is. It's a first appearance.
Yeah.
It's, Ken Lashley and Ramon F. Back's art. It's an Ivan Tao cover.
Yeah.
It doesn't say who the character is. Let me see if this card says here. No, doesn't say who the character is, but I'm going to be giving this away either next month or the month afterwards. Probably next month, we're giving away more stuff, So,
superb. Yeah. Thank you. That's brilliant. So you heard it here, guys. For people who are kind enough to watch we're live, we'll have a whole selection of giveaways that we'll give some thought into how we're actually going to select who wins and whatnot.
I know I watch Fat Stacks. He does a hashtag, and I looked it up, and you can do it on StreamYard.
Oh, we'll probably do that. Then we'll have a chat with Rob and find out how he does that, and we'll do that. Good stuff, mate. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Fuzzy. Oh, hello. Yeah. Oh, we've got Comic Journey here. Thank you for joining. Is this the writer's first project? I think it is, mate. I think it is. He's a lovely guy. What I might do, Efrain, is I might drop him a line and see if he wants to come on for 10 minutes next time we'll do this and tell a little bit about the book, and then we'll do the giveaway. So yeah, that would be fantastic. Yeah, Ivan's a good artist. He's superb. You're right, mate. And GP, very generous, guys. Not a problem at all.
One more thing, guys. I know most of you guys are in the UK or in Europe, and yes, I will ship it out to you.
Very good of you, Efrain.
I found out how much it cost to ship out something to Peter. Wasn't that expensive? It's like, oh, yeah. I think
Well, we'll chat after the show, Efrain, but maybe what we'll do is once we've given away those books, if we're going to do giveaways again, we'll organize it so you ship to anybody that wins from America, and I'll do the UK's.
Okay.
Yeah,
but I think 99% of our viewers are from Europe and UK.
I've got a lot of comics to give away, mate. Don't worry about it. Okay, so now what we're going to do is look at a little bit about up. We've got James T of the Keegan. Ayo, indeed, James. Hope you're well. Now we're going to look a little bit at some books that are coming out next week, or two books that have piqued our interest. Now, shouldn't be a surprise to anybody that's seen next week's solicitations as to what book I've picked. It is, of course, The Immortal Thor. I'm hyper for this, mate. I cannot wait for this. You know, I'm a huge Thor fan. His book's not been the best for a while, if I'm honest. The last year or two has been a bit ropey. Al Ewing, I've got faith in. He did superb work on Immortal Hulk. And this is a restart, a rebrand, really, of the series. They've brought back his traditional costume, which I know some people don't like, but I am absolutely all there for. I think it's superb. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to this. All I would say negatively is I'm a massive fan of Alex Ross artwork. I don't like that cover. I'm not a big fan of that cover. What do you think of it, Efrain?
Yeah, we talked about this cover previously, and I just didn't really like this cover. Couldn't quite figure it out, but I just noticed one thing on the bottom. Oh, now I know. Okay, it says John Romita. I get it now.
Yeah, it's it. Yeah,
I get it now. Yeah.
Fuzzy, how dare you? How dare you? Yeah. So I'm looking forward to this one. This is the launch of his new series. So yeah, should be an interesting one. Efrain, you've picked an interesting book. What's this all about?
This book came out over a year ago, but they, you know, sometimes they just stop, you know, they miss months, you know, so I lost all track of this book, but I've been enjoying this read. This is basically, if, you know, Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, you name it, like we're in olden times, you know, like Arthur type, you know, era. It's a really good read, and it's finally ending. It's been out for over a year, and they just picked it up again in the last few issues. It says the cataclysmic conclusion to the best-selling series is here. The three kingdoms are united for the first time in a generation against a common threat, but can even their combined might prevail? Even Superman, the character Superman here, Batman is his actual brother, so he's from Krypton too. So that's a little switch of things, you know. They find out that they're actual brothers, you know. Yeah. And it's just a good, interesting read. It has Amanda Waller in it too in the last couple of issues, you know, and she's up to her usual shenanigans, you know. But it's, like I said, it came out over a year ago, and it just has all the DC characters from the modern era transferred into this era, you know. So it's a different read, obviously.
This one's totally missed me. I didn't realize this was a thing. I didn't realize it was out. James T. Keegan saying, didn't one of us do this for What If? I think they got the idea from us, James. Lots of people got the idea for this. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. It sounds interesting, but I might pick this one up in trade paperback and give it a read. I like that image of Batman on the front. Yeah. I'm surprised I hadn't seen this one before, to be honest. So
I said, we missed like about 3 months. They just didn't come out with the next issue, you know. And I lost track of it too until a friend reminded me that, hey, they finally, you know, picked it up again. I went, okay, cool.
Very good. Couple of quick reviews for you, ladies and gents. We're going to start off with Efrain talking about this. This is very interesting.
Man, Rodney Barnes, the writer, is one of the best writers out there. I told Peter over a year ago, pick up Philadelphia. And I was like, oh, and we even reviewed it on GP Venom's, you know, weekly or bi-weekly review. This is Blackula, Return of the King. If anybody ever saw the 1970s movies of Blackula, this is basically a continuation of this character written by, Rodney Barnes and Jason Sean Alexander, who also does, Philadelphia. And it just basically picks up from the movie, and it even has, synopsis of what happened during the movie too. It brings back a quick origin of Blackula, how he became Blackula because of Dracula and his revenge of, going after Dracula because Dracula killed his wife. And it just goes from there, but it's set in modern time right now. And it's a trade back. I have it right here. It's just a paperback. It's just one book.
Yeah.
And the way he did it looks like he left it kind of hanging as a cliffhanger, and it's going to be a continuation of this book. And it's a great read. It's just one book, and I highly recommend it. I really enjoyed this book. I bought it, off of Amazon, and he was at San Diego Comic-Con. And I kept on seeing his name, and I kept on saying I was going to go up to him and just talk to him, but I just didn't. And I regret that so much. It's just and he writes for Star Wars too. He's just very prolific writer.
He did the Mandalorian, didn't he? He did the first issue of the Mandalorian.
He writes scripts for movies now too, and TV shows. He's a very prolific writer.
He's not off, kind of shot up, hasn't he, over the last year or two?
Yeah.
GP saying needs that. Me too, but I think I'm gonna when we finish here, Efrain, I'm going to pick that one up. I think I'll order that one.
Really great read.
It's been on my radar for a while because I just think it sounds interesting. So I'm going to give that one a go. I've not read anything new since my comic book review show on Sunday, so I'm just going to again touch on this one. If anybody hasn't read this is Swan Songs. This is brilliant. This is a monthly book by the guy who writes Ice Cream Man. So it's an anthology series. Each issue has got a different swan song. So issue 1 was about people who were about to be involved with a nuclear explosion. In this one, it's the kind of the end of a relationship. So you get this beautiful story interlaced with kind of real life conversations, like you see in the center panel there, of them discussing the kind of the divorce. And then the next page, the basis of it all is that love is a battlefield. So then you get them battling through time, through different eras, and the breakdown of the relationship, but in the kind of the visual art of them being in a war zone. And it was just heartbreaking. I wasn't expecting the comic to actually have such a big emotional impact in terms of love and relationships, and watching something so passionate kind of die. It really surprised us. So I thoroughly enjoyed that, much more than I enjoyed the first issue. As you all know, I'm a massive fan of anthologies, so I will definitely be continuing to pick this one up and keep reading on. So yeah, it's an interesting one. Not a one you've read yet, Efrain. Not a one you've seen.
But like I said, Peter, one of the good things I like about when we do this monthly show is there's so many books people just miss.
Yeah.
And I think I remember this title, but I just never read it. But doing this show makes me want to, obviously read all these books. I'm going to read them.
Pick up more. Just jumping into the comments. Ian Carter, Anne Rice is always my favorite vampire writer. Yeah, big fan of some of her earlier books. And we've got GP read Philadelphia, Ian. You'll not regret it. Yeah, it's a superb book. It really is. In fact, I think we pretty much gave it 10s all around, didn't we?
Yeah.
Enjoying this swan song is what I've read. I do like an anthology when done well. I'm the same, Fuzzy. I tend to prefer anthologies these days, I think. So yeah, really enjoying that. Okay, guys, that's your whack. That's your kind of your October picks from myself and Efrain. Really interested to know what you think of this show. So obviously we do this normally as a recorded video. So interested to know whether you prefer it as a recorded video or if you like the live show format. What we're probably going to do is rotate it around my channel and Efrain's channel.
Yeah.
So let me know. Drop us a message or in the comments whether you like it this way or is the standard video. I just wanted to plug on Sunday. I'm doing a This Is My with John from John's Comics with Kids. Really looking forward to that. And I've spoken to John repeatedly over the last few days on his, he prompted it, not me, but John was very keen to make sure that what times lined up, because they didn't line up on Monday with Nerdy Girl. So John will definitely be showing up on Sunday. So I'm looking forward to that. That's going to be fun. On Tuesday, we're going over to GP Venom's channel to do that comic book review show where we're looking at JLA versus Avengers. Looking forward to that. That should be a really, really good book because I picked it. And it's better than Water Boobies that we read last week. Dear God. So, yeah, looking forward to that one. Also, just wanted to mention What If. You know, we did a What If series a long time back, and we kind of put it on the shelf for a little while. I've decided I'm going to revive it, but we're going to do a little bit of change. So previously with What If, what we used to do was totally reinvent the character or the property. Now what we're going to do is we're going to do a series of What If at the movies where we're going to continue the story. So the guys will be given a franchise like Harry Potter, like Predator, Terminator, and the job will be to tell the next installment of that series. So just a little bit of a change, and we'll see how that one goes. Efrain, what have you got coming up on your channel, mate?
Let me see. I'm doing some unboxings. I'm going to be doing my giveaway, like I said, on this Venom 23 on our show next month, but I'm going to be doing a separate giveaway on my YouTube channel, and this is all because of Black Saber Comics. He was so kind enough to give me these books, and then I'm going to do some unboxings. I bought something, and I've never bought this before, Peter. Maybe I'll talk to you about it afterwards. I'll give you an idea of what it is. This was displayed at San Diego Comic-Con. It's one of one. Nobody else will ever have this exact same thing that I got. And I put
you've got us intrigued now, Efrain. This
we'll talk about it off camera. I'll give you a hint of what it is, but I'm going to video on it. I'm just trying to figure out how to frame it or put it up on my wall. But it's quite large. It's not a comic book.
Okay.
And
exciting.
So, yeah, and actually, I was going to talk to you too. On September 1st or 2nd, I'm going to be at a Comic-Con, and if you're on Saturday, with your usual show, we'll do a quick little videos like I do.
Brilliant. Yeah, absolutely. Okay. Thank you very much, Efrain. Always an absolute pleasure, mate. I know we've talked about doing other shows together. We've got a few different ideas kind of filtering around at the moment. So thank you as ever. Massive thank you to the chat. We had 15, 16 people in the chat at one point. You see, you've got everybody guessing now. The Todd McFarlane banner.
I'll give you a hint. It's a banner.
Okay. I swear to God, mind, you realize I'm kicking off if it's an Alex Ross banner. I'm coming around your house and taking that, yeah?
No, thanks.
Okay, thank you very much to everybody in the chat. It's been great that you've all supported with tonight. It's been great fun, so thank you for that. And with that, we will call it a night. So Efrain, thank you very much, and we'll catch everybody next time. Take care now. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.